your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle, Amory Castillo.
Yeah, turn down a little bit.
This is 2 Men,
Here we go.
Nunley and Fred Slow.
It's Wednesday, Albuquerque, and Freestyle Ramada. Let's go. The boys are live at a fake kitchen in a cool remodeling location, Dreamstyle off Renaissance. What's the out of here? 1650 Renaissance, right over there by the Sam's Club and the Costco. We're gonna have a lot of fun here today as we're taking donations. Griff, do you have in front of you how many donations we got today? How many Lucy's and how many cartons of water have we gotten?
That I will have to look up for you really quick.
So I saw some numbers earlier, and we're talking tens of thousands is what we're talking.
I know they got a lot of donations earlier, but when I pulled up, there was a truckload of water.
4,800 bottles, 150 cases. That's as of like an hour ago. So it looks like, and I know internally we set a little bit of a goal for donations of water here. Set a little bit of a goal of like, I think 6,000 Lucy's or something. So we're going to definitely hit that today. If you, friend of the show, come over and help us with our drive, we're having a lot of fun with it. Cumulus Media Albuquerque is helping local shelters fight the effects of heat on area homeless communities through this bottled water drive today. Come hang out with your boys. Big thank you to KKOB, who's been out here all day long. Big thank you to those that maybe don't necessarily have the names that everyone recognizes, but we're a big part of putting this together. Also, Joy Junction will join us today as they are distributing the water to those in need. So this is going to be a lot of fun.
The boys brought a case of water, of course.
Yeah. Yeah, you primarily brought a case of water. I brought a Lucy.
I wasn't going to say anything about that because we are, basically common law married.
Yes.
And what I donate, you donate conversely. So from the boys.
When I dough, you Nate, just like that.
When I dough, you dough, just like that.
I don't hate that at all.
That's
Amory Castillo back at the station making this episode go around. Amory, how are you? And how is it sitting in the dark?
It's going great, nice and cool. Not as cool as the kitchen that you're sitting in.
This is the second nicest kitchen I've ever been.
All right, where was the first?
I can't say.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I signed an NDA.
This one has a microwave at knee level. Dreamstyle Remodeling, they know more about the future than I do. I don't want to bend over.
Okay. You want to go into
that? But we're
more?
Taller than most people.
Oh, we're talking kitchen stuff. Oh, okay.
That's
I
what
wouldn't want to bend over either. So, they got you covered here.
The other day, I bought one of those Amazon Prime, like lightning sales, buy a cabinet, build a cabinet thing or whatever, right?
Okay.
So I buy it, and I'm putting it together with a friend, and it's so big I can't build it on like the kitchen table. I have to build it on the floor. And every single time I bend over, I go, I hate working off the floor. Dude, it's like I said it 100 times. I was like, I'm on the floor again.
For a very small amount of money, there are websites where you can just have people build your stuff.
What are you talking about?
They'll come over to your house. They'll come to your home and build your IKEA furniture that I'm assuming, drunkily ordered in the middle of the night one night.
It was like Amazon IKEA.
Okay. See? Believe it's like Carl's List, maybe?
What is
Carl's?
Carl?
Coral. Why are you saying it like in an ocean?
Carl.
Like Coral Reef?
Coral Reef?
It'd be better if his name was like Bob the Builder or something.
Smart.
It's a way better name than what you came up with.
I'm going to consult the interwebs. Give me 1 second.
Okay. You could be like, hey, I'm calling a cab because they're building a cabinet. Like, is that a thing?
Calling a cabinet?
I don't know. I'm trying to help you through this terrible.
Don't call a cabinet.
You guys are usually better with this whole marketing and pun game.
It's not my website. I'm trying to help Fred out here, who has the building skills of a drunk baby.
No, that's not today. I built this thing. It's fine. It looks perfect. I took off the kick plate, though, because I don't need that weird balance effect. I just set it on the floor. I think it'll be fine. U.S. congressional hearing today. Whistleblower sat down in front of Congress and said, aliens are real and I can show you, but they're in Canada.
They're Canadian?
That's what he goes. He goes, yeah, no, aliens are totally real. They're like my girlfriend. You never met her. You don't know about her yet.
Who testified? Manti Te'o?
That's a good one.
Yeah.
So this guy, I think his name's Crunch. So he sits.
Captain. Mhm.
Is that yeah.
Yeah.
So he sits down. He's a former something. Grush.
Former captain.
Grusch. Grush. And he
The Grush? Isn't that a nickname for the space in between your BH and your nugget pouch?
I'm not sure what you're talking about.
A Grush?
So
Yeah.
this guy says, hey, there's a multi-decade program to keep aliens out of the face of the world. And this was discovered in the 1930s, and it's all very real. And I can't say anything about it, but we can if we go in a back room and whisper it to each other.
But not here on the microphone?
Yeah, not here under oath.
Because the Canadians will be coming for them? Is that why?
This is real. This is today's news.
Sorry, but you can't talk about our aliens, friend.
Yeah, we
Terribly sorry. Don't talk about the little gray guys there.
I don't know what color they were.
We did experiments with maple syrup on them. They don't take too kindly to it. A lot of sorries that day.
From the texter, it's something called Task Rabbit is what you're talking about, Van. So
Thank
were
you.
Oh,
Task Rabbit.
yes.
Okay. Oh, okay. Now you know what's going on. I described it perfectly.
Yes.
Griffin, turn my return up for Hey Marie, I can't hear a word she's saying.
Task Rabbit.
So
that's the exact same as Carl's
Here's
list.
the thing: I can build the thing. I just don't want to get up and down off the floor, and that's what I'm saying. I don't know if knee-high microwaves are the future for Freddy. That's the whole point I'm trying to get to.
You're a big boy.
I feel like dream style remodeling will just cater to what you need.
Yeah, absolutely. They will make it.
Where
from
if you want it
scratch.
chest level or head level, I don't know what level you want your microwave, but I'm sure they got your back.
There's fish tanks in this beautiful kitchen.
Yeah,
There's
that's why.
literally fish tanks. It is so sweet. They got a regular Nemo and they got a little Bizarro Nemo. And they got like 3 or 4 draweries over there. Like this place is awesome.
It is pretty cool.
Bring us water.
Come and see us. We're hanging out inside. So 1650 Renaissance. Stop in at the I don't know, the Costco or the Sam's Club or whatever's in the neighborhood over here. Pick up a couple cases of water. Come in, say hi to us, hang out. I don't know, we'll laugh a lot. I mean, that's what we'll do. We got to do radio.
We're gonna do it anyways. Why not come and hang
yeah,
out?
just come hang out with us. Just come hang out with the guys. We got giveaways and stuff, Griff, or not? What?
They do have the Isotopes tickets out.
We're giving away
whenever you're
ticks?
going- Yes.
Yeah.
You
we
get
have
ticks
tickets
for water?
here. Yes.
So you
Come
can
and
spend
say hi.
some money on water, and then we will give you like a ticket with a higher value.
Yes.
Way higher value.
yes.
Way higher. But
Nice.
going to Costco or Sam's Club, you get like it's
And-
cheap to buy a big case of water.
And I don't even think they're limiting you on how many tickets you want.
Whoa.
All right, hold up.
So this is the best time, guys, to come and get some good tickets. It's for the Tuesday, August 15th game too. So
I'm not doing anything that
weeks.
day. Let's go.
Tuesday, August 15th.
You want to go?
Well, I have to
Yeah.
work. I have to
Guys,
work
let's
for a
go.
little
let's
bit.
go.
I have to be here physically.
You know I'm not going.
Not
No,
here.
No.
We're not,
Marie's
are we coming back to Dreamstyle on the 15th? You have to be here physically?
Here on the airwaves.
Oh, I see.
The proverbial here.
The Royal here?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
like we're all here,
Are we
metaphorically
here?
speaking.
Hey, aliens are here. That's who's here.
They're super. Hey, so I'm watching. Did you watch any of this thing today? This congressional hearing thing?
Of course I did.
Okay. So this is, I think, without a doubt, the wildest thing I've ever seen. So this guy sits down, and did you see all the people lined up,
Yeah.
by the way, beforehand?
Mm.
So they have it's packed out. This whole place is packed out. So there's an oversight committee, which I didn't realize how pretty elected officials are getting now.
Some of them are.
Some of them are beautiful. Marjorie Taylor Greene just put out a rap album. That's wild.
Is that the Joe Biden's Ruining the Country remix? Is that the
Are
one?
you familiar with what I'm talking about then?
Yeah, I think I am.
It's soaring,
Yeah.
soaring to the top.
Spitting that hot fire.
So aliens are real today. Sad news in the world of music. As
I don't need a congressional hearing to let me know that aliens are real. When I was growing up, I saw the documentary Alf.
from Melmac,
Yes.
who ate cats.
I've known it's real for a long time.
Sinead O'Connor passes away today. This is
Hmm.
an interesting one. We have 2 I-9 varsity possibilities today, guys. Obviously, we can do the I-9 varsity of water,
Mhm.
which is picking the best types of water in the entirety of the world.
Nothing's stopping us from doing multiple varsities.
2 I-9 varsities today. What a very special day.
Double
today.
up.
So today,
Let's
2 I-9
go.
varsities. The I-9 varsity of waters, okay?
Waters.
Because we're collecting waters here at Dreamstyle Realty, 1650 Renaissance. Come see us adjacent to Sam's Club and the Costco. And then also after that, the I-9 varsity of covers.
Okay.
Because Sinead O'Connor, who passed away today at the age of 56, took Nothing Compares to You to the very top and put that loser Prince in his place.
Ouch.
He's not a loser.
Harsh words.
Yeah.
He also
What happened
composed
to
a
that?
lot of great music for people and gave it to them.
Okay, well, they're both dead.
Note to self: don't cover.
One was a one-hit wonder.
But made it better. That's what I'm saying. Like the I-9 varsity of covered better.
I mean, she had a lot of hits. Like she hit the country of England pretty hard.
Yeah, went hard at them.
That was a low blow.
The
Good
Pope
for her.
took the Pope to church.
Yeah, took the Pope to church.
That's
As somebody who's genetically Irish, this is a big bummer for me today. She's kind of a big figurehead there. She's done a lot.
yeah. She's like Boudica.
What's a what?
Is that her name?
A Boudica?
Boudica?
What's a Boudica?
What?
The cow that led Ireland forever. Bucci. What's her name? You know exactly what I'm talking. You're not really even. You're not,
I was born in the
gonna say
United
I'm not
States of
Irish?
America. I'm genetically.
Yeah, I don't know what
Irish.
you're talking about.
She rocked the G.I. Jane hair for a while. I mean, for long.
For the longest time.
Well,
Yeah.
you know why
Right.
she did, and BV taught me today, was because she was sick of men not taking her serious.
so she went to the worst barber.
So she wants to
Yeah.
look like a man. Put us on equal.
Using
playing
her for her
field.
looks, okay?
Oh, because she was pretty.
Joel, I
She was
appreciate
very
that
pretty.
from the text line.
The live chat.
The live chat, I mean.
Read it out loud because I don't have the screen up.
My favorite water, the waters of Lake Minnetonka.
Mm,
Good one, Joel.
Good one.
I don't get that.
purify yourself in the
Prince.
waters of Lake.
It's from
Minnetonka.
Purple Rain.
So I've obviously never seen Purple Rain.
You never seen Purple Rain?
Oh my
I
god.
rant about Purple Rain all the time on this.
Same
I would've
van.
thought A lot of men
I
would
will
have just
now.
watched it for Apollonia herself.
Right.
The girl.
Yes, very pretty.
Yes.
I mean, it's the biggest upset in the history of the world. It's the biggest disservice in the history of the world. Morris Day in the time won the Battle of the Bands in Purple Rain, and it wasn't even close. Prince is talented and all that, but Morris Day in the time demolished Prince at the Battle of the Bands in Purple Rain.
So
It's the biggest injustice in the history of the world.
we are on the
Even before women could vote,
We're on-
it's still that much more unfair.
we're on the Dream Style Wi-Fi.
Mhm. Are we still? That's good.
It has it's got some pretty good firewall here, guys.
Good. Oh, okay.
Can't-
What you?
Yeah, can't really look at anything.
Okay. How are you wording it? is
This
the
show's gonna
question.
get weird, and I like it.
Trying to look up some stuff here.
They're blocking it.
Yep,
though,
gonna
huh?
have to.
What word did you put in after Sinead O'Connor bald? Because
gonna have
that's you're gonna get a lot of those
Those would
results.
be the trigger
Yeah,
words.
for sure.
Just gonna have to change the way I really do this show.
Oh my goodness.
This is my life right now. We're going to talk a little bit about the NFL whenever we get back. Quarterbacks are dodging this new Netflix series left and right. It's like this Netflix series is a weak pass rush,
Yeah.
and they're just dipping in and out of the way. So we're going to talk about the stigma that surrounds this thing. Jason Tatum in the news. So
Well,
talk-
in their defense, the two quarterbacks who are dodging this Netflix series are two fantastic rushing quarterbacks. So it's kind of appropriate.
yeah, they don't have time for this. We're going to talk a little bit about Jason Tatum. That's going to be good. Obviously, we've got a fun guest today. My favorite thing about Major League Baseball is currently happening, and that's the Milwaukee Brewers trolling the Cincinnati Reds.
Excellent.
And I just love this in the game of baseball. So very important. 2 I-9 varsities today. Also, some of the dumb ideas from the running back Zoom meeting are coming to light.
Excellent.
And I can't wait to break down just how it's funny to me when people are in their peer groups, how they think they have good ideas, and then you expose those to people who actually know things, and you don't. This is like when a group of kids comes running up to you and says, I have the best idea.
Emmett on phone.
It's not the best idea at all. You said the phone lines are open, Murray. We'll get to that when we get back from the break. 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Brought to you by Thursday Theme Day.
Clear.
Thank you.
Hawaii's beautiful in the summertime, isn't it? Except I'm in my house here in Albuquerque. But that's okay. I'm going to Cliffs on Thursday from 11 to 2. I'm going to drop by the Q Station tent, show them my Hawaiian shirts, and get a $5 discount on my Thursday all-day ride pass. All-day rides will make me feel a lot better. Aloha.
We're working an accident on southbound Juan de Beau at the I-40 westbound exit. AFR is on the scene. It's backing up the southbound traffic on Juan de Beau all the way to the Twisters. It's also backing up the eastbound Copper there at the light going on to Juan de Beau. Otherwise, our river crossings are looking good. Paseo del Norte, Rio Bravo, Alameda, and Montano all at speed. And your interchange is clear in all 4 directions. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Shop in store or online at AmericanHome.com. They guarantee you'll pay less. I'm Jerry Wright from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Help pitch in and bring some relief from the heat to those in need. All day today, we're collecting bottled water and hygiene products for the homeless in Albuquerque. We've heard from charities across the city, and when the heat strikes, those who can't escape the heat are often hit the hardest. Please join us in the parking lot of Dream Style Remodeling on Renaissance all day while we collect bottled water, Otter Pops, and new hygiene products for the homeless. Special thanks to Pete's Landscaping and Materials, and to all of you for your help. Details are online at sportsanimалabq.com.
This is it, gang. Cumulus Media's Wine Week is finally here. All week, we're highlighting our incredible New Mexico wineries, one every day with awesome deals just for you. Today's featured winery is Vara Winery and Distillery, where Spain, New Mexico, and California unite through exquisite wines and spirits, but with a New Mexico flair, like their High Desert Gin. They're experts at elevating and blending and use the very best of every vintage batch to craft the highest quality wines at affordable prices. Try their amazing red, white, rosé, and sparkling wines at their tasting rooms in Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Or join their wine club. It's a great way to experience everything they offer. Visit varawines.com for the details. Visit our station website all day today and grab a $50 gift certificate to Vara Winery for just $25. Deals are limited, so jump on it now, because when they're gone, you're going to be drinking that old bottle of cheap leftover wine in your pantry, and nobody wants that. This is your opportunity to check out one of New Mexico's top-rated wineries. Don't miss today's Wine Week deal from Vara Winery and Distillery.
Casino at the Downs has it all. Enjoy cash drawings daily, Senior Day Fridays for players 50 and better to win cash, and offers for active and retired military and their spouse each Tuesday. Plus, enjoy food specials daily, live music, and more. Casino at the Downs, Louisiana and Central. Albuquerque Downs Racetrack and Casino is hiring, and some positions include a cash bonus. We're looking for great people to work in a fun environment for security, slot tech, surveillance, and many more. Join the winning team. Visit abqdowns.com/careers for listings.
You want it right today. Get it done the Daniels way. Daniels Plumbing, Heating, and Air.
Go green with Daniels Plumbing, Heating, and Air Conditioning. Beat the heat with a high-efficiency AC or heat pump system from Daniels. Right now, Daniels is offering instant rebates on high-efficiency heat pump systems and take advantage of federal tax credits. Your investment is protected with their 10-year parts and 5-year labor guarantee. Daniels financing with plans to fit any budget, including 0% interest. Start your project today with a free estimate, 898-8860. Stay cool, calm, collected with Daniels, and go green today.
Bring your sports cards, Pokemon cards, movie cards, music cards, any trading cards you want to trade, sell, or get a valuation. The buyers from California and New Mexico will be there to buy cards. All in autographs, August 5th from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. Meet with trading card buyers to buy, trade, or get valuation on your cards. All in autographs, 2225 Wyoming Boulevard Northeast in Hoffmantown Square off Wyoming and Manal. Visit allinautographs.com.
Here we go.
This is where New Mexico comes for sports. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
All right, we're back on the program. We're also still at Dream Style Realty.
Dream Style Remodeling.
What did I say, Realty?
Realty.
That's where I grew up.
You got like there's a bunch of letters of the same in those two words.
So where I grew up, that was a thing. There was a company.
Really?
Little,
that's cool.
Little subconscious fool dumb thing I just did there. Okay. This quarterback show on Netflix, which is about quarterbacks' wives.
Mm-hmm.
So it asked a bunch of people to be the quarterbacks on it.
Yes.
Netflix, and also, hear me out. if I know Peyton Manning is working with a thing and someone calls me to be a part of that thing and the person who calls me is not Peyton Manning directly, I'm saying no.
Immediately.
Immediately.
Oh, God.
You've insulted me.
Even if it's Eli, I say no. Peyton or nobody.
It's a good one, actually.
Who? I mean, Jalen Hurts said no. Justin Fields said no. I mean, do you have the full list there?
Those are the two I know of.
I mean, that would have been a fun season to follow Jalen Hurts around. It would have been a fun season to follow Justin Fields around because how terrible they were, but how electric he was.
I think what I really want is for the real reason to come out, and it's this. We're not doing your show, Netflix, because you make our wives look like idiots.
No. Their wives make their wives.
Why do you think the wives look idiots?
From what I saw on the show.
Did you watch a full episode?
Of course I started to.
Okay.
So anyways.
Besides Patrick Mahomes' wife,
Kirk Cousins'
you think
wife,
they're
a
all
lovely lady. She's super
Julie
sweet. It's
Julie
mostly
Cousins. And Marcus Mariota's wife she's cool too. She's chill.
No.
She's on her way out.
Yeah,
just like Marcus is.
Yeah, she doesn't want to be associated with Marcus.
Nah.
Hey,
Bottom of the totem pole.
Hey, Mary, I just got your text. You say the phone lines are lighting up?
Yeah.
Who's with us?
His name is Emmett.
Friend of the show, Emmett.
Emmett.
Yeah.
Let's go. Emmett, welcome to the program, brother.
Thank you for having me. I, as I often do leaving work, turn on your station just to leave the stressors of life behind. And heard about Sinead O'Connor. And, recently I have a loved one who hasn't even been diagnosed yet, but had a manic episode, and they think it might be bipolar. And someone suggested, it's not the end of the world. There's treatment for this. And that Google successful people with bipolar, and Sinead O'Connor was one of them. And, I don't know. I felt compelled to call, and I don't know if that, I didn't even know she had passed away until I heard on your program, so I called in. And I think you guys are great at what you do with sports and everything, and sharing some of this stuff. And I just appreciate this as an opportunity to share, on mental health, when the red flags we might see, standing by loved ones, standing by strangers, seeing a loved one's face in a stranger that's out there with on the streets, mental health or whatever. And many of these mentally ill people, I'm sure, have loved ones at home just losing sleep over them being out on the streets. And I don't know. I just wanted to say, let's be sensitive. Let's try to find solutions to some of these problems. And anyone going through any issues, seek help, seek medication. There are things out there that can help. And thank you guys for letting me get this off my chest. I know the sports radio program and like for other listeners aren't listening in to hear about my woes, but I just wanted to get that out there.
Emmett, appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Brother.
Thank you for sharing with us, Emmett.
Well,
we take mental illness very seriously on this program. If there's major national news, whether it's in sports or not, we like to shine light on it. And just like you said, Emmett, if anyone is out there and they don't feel like themselves, they feel like they're going through something, please reach out. There's resources everywhere for you. So from the boys, if you're in Emmett's loved one situation, please reach out and talk to somebody.
Yeah, there's a lot of access to help for that kind of stuff too. And I haven't seen an official reason on Sinead O'Connor's death. I do know that within the last year or adjacent to the last calendar year that her son passed away due to a suicide. I do know that was part of her life. But sometimes the hardest barrier to finding help is the first step, right?
First step.
So think about similarly like the going to the gym, and it's hardest to go through the door, that kind of thing.
Right.
An option I'm very familiar with, if anyone is interested, they don't endorse the program, I just know they exist, is you can call or text 988, and you can do that to the 988lifeline.org, and somebody will text with you. And I know that seems like a little thing, but it's just I feel that it's an easier communicator for sums of people. And 988lifeline.org is a really good option if you want to talk to a person. Like
Sure.
if I'm not talking to a computer, this is not AI. This someone will help you at 988 or you can chat at 988lifeline.org. So I mean, just a couple options there. But yeah, kind of a wild story with her. But I mean, we're going to celebrate Sinead O'Connor today. We're going to talk about obviously her cover of Nothing Compares, and then we'll do a fun little I-9 Varsity with covers that are better than the originals. For me, when did Nothing Compares to You come out? 1990, I think, on the dot. And so it comes out, and she gets the Saturday Night Live opportunity, and as a young, aspiring, seeking attention kind of kid, Saturday Night Live was the precipice for me, right? That was the go there and find opportunities. Sinead O'Connor took that billboard and used it for her own, and I feel like that was the first time I really saw the artist behind the art, at least in exposure to me, and that's kind of a really special moment in my childhood into the world of entertainment.
I mean, that's the opposite of the shut up and dribble kind of ideals, right? Like,
yeah.
That's the first time in my young life that I was exposed to someone using their platform to help her people or really jump on a cause. I mean, of course, Summer of '69, the
before
hippie,
my time,
the hippie movement, obviously, they did a lot of good there. It was way before my time. That's like the first one I remember. Was like, oh, let me find out what she's actually talking about. And not the best.
To say it's important. Take the time, and just incredible how many people care about you. I don't know how else to say that.
Right.
Yeah.
You're not alone.
No, you never are. But there are moments when it can feel that way. I know the three of us very well. I know Griffin adjacently well to the three of us, and it's not. I don't know. It's not so different to think that you have these little moments where you find yourself in isolation, you find yourself with thoughts that you don't traditionally have in the company of others, and in those times it's how you recover from that. And it's tough though. And I've talked to you about this, Van. The one that happens to me, and I had one recently where I'll call a big game. I'll call a big whatever, right? For me, it was Duke City Championship Wrestling, our debut show recently. Not so long ago, I called an international between Mexico and USA for arena soccer. I've done some cool stuff, and there's thousands and thousands of people watching and listening, and you're the guy who's telling the story, and the microphone's in front of your face, and there's an energy that surrounds you. And at the end of the event, you take off your headset, and everyone shakes your hand and congratulates you, and they leave the building, and then you go into your car, and it's just you and your dashboard lights, and the whole thing is gone. And there's like a moment where you're like, I don't do drugs. Is this what drugs feels like? Like, did I just come off drugs? Hey, Marie,
Yeah, no, I can just I don't do drugs, but I don't do drugs so well, but I feel like that's my drug. Same. I can relate.
Yeah. Oh.
It's like, and then you're like, I'm like bluesy the next day after a good show. It's very odd.
I don't know if I'm bluesy. What am I?
There is a certain level of that, because when you experience extreme happiness, like you said, you calling a game, or Marie having a great show, like me doing actual drugs.
Yeah.
So you deplete all of your dopamine and norepinephrine, and the next day you're literally depressed. I mean, you got to balance out the high from the previous dopamine and norepinephrine release, and then now you got to make up for it.
Well, we can talk about Jason Tatum a little bit with this too. We're going to tie it into sports, because he talks today about load management, and he talks today about, he only goes to Charlotte, what did he say, twice a year, or whatever the quote was. And load management is not physical only. Like there's all kinds of aspects to life, physical and mental and emotional and spiritual, and all those things you identify that end in "ol." And every so often they need a break. There's a reason we tell kids to take the summer off. There's a reason that so very many of us approach life at the pace that we do, because we can't white knuckle all the time. Maybe you have been, or maybe you know someone who went from a career where they feel like they're white knuckle in a car around every sharp corner in town, and then they step down to another career that's a regular pace.
Yeah.
And they feel like they're not doing enough, and they feel like they're not, valuable. And they feel, well, here's the thing. You just went from a crazy lifestyle. Like everyone has an approach that works for them. Don't feel like you have to keep up with whatever the name of your rich neighbor was, because you don't have to. You can
take that vacation, take a weekend off, take your mental health day when you're not feeling well. And, back to the original point, talk to someone.
Yeah.
If you're not feeling well. It's just getting that first foot going through the door is going to be the hardest one. Hitting that first button on the telephone, reaching out to that friend for the first time that you trust. That's the hard part.
There's a pendulum about it too, right? Because he won't mind. I'll talk about it on air. My brother literally calls me over the weekend, and he says, "Hey, I got this. I got a new house. I got a new truck, and I got new furniture, and I'm overlooking the beautiful Mississippi River. And he's like, when does the other shoe drop? He's like, I'm in my own head.
Sure.
He's like, when does the rubber band of life come back the other direction? And you can be at any socioeconomic status. You can be mentally or physically able or disabled to any degree, and you can still have these thoughts to where it's not fair, it's not righteous, or it's not valued. And I'm going to tell you right now, there are people that help you understand what that is versus putting just the fixation on it. Whatever resource you use, 988lifeline.org is the one I'm familiar with. I'm just familiar with it. I wouldn't be able to endorse it outside of knowing about it. But yeah, find someone, speak your truth, let it be heard. I don't know, find love, find help.
1-855
Well said.
NM crisis. That's 1-855-662-7474.
Yeah. Welfare checks are real too. Like if you have concern of others, make the call. 242 cops will get someone to help someone.
Yep.
They don't just send a police officer with a gun. They send like a person who knows how to help. Like you end up in a righteous spot. Or at least you made the effort to get there. So we got a fun guest when we get back?
Possibly. They here?
I believe they're here.
Okay.
A representative from Joy Junction will join us. We're getting the CEO? Are you kidding me? Look at us helping people. 2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by
Clear.
Franchise.com. Millions protect their homes from power outages with Generac home standby generators. Would you like to be part of this lucrative industry? Generator Supercenter, the nation's #1 Generac generator dealer, has limited franchise opportunities in your area. Learn more at GeneratorFranchise.com.
We just have a new accident that just popped up on 4th Street and Lead. Also, they're working that accident southbound Juan DeVoe at I-40 westbound exit. The backup all the way to the Twisters, and it's also backing up on westbound Copper. I-40 eastbound, just before the I-25 underpass, there's a stalled car on the left shoulder. Help truck is on the scene helping them. Starting to see some slowdowns on southbound I-25 from Osuna through Montgomery, and on your river crossings. Bridge is always slow, and we're also seeing some slowdowns westbound Alameda at 2nd Street. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Shop in store or online at AmericanHome.com. They guarantee you'll pay less. I'm Jerry Wright from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
The Opening Drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
Paul Feinbaum, he made a bold prediction yesterday that the Pac-12 as we know it will not be around. The big leagues are going, who needs the New Mexicos and the New Mexico states and whoever's left behind? We're here. But what does it all mean in the end? I think the Mountain West or some variation of the Mountain West, I think they're in a position. They're not going to be a quote-unquote power league, but I believe they're in position to be the next thing.
On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Just go to 4hims.com/joy. Through Hims, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, a 100% online process, and trusted generic alternatives to the name brands at up to 95% off. That's right. Get generic for Viagra, the same active ingredient as brand name Viagra, but for 95% less. It's the same medication, still prescribed by a licensed medical provider, but with zero copay, no expensive appointments, and no awkward face-to-face conversations. To start your free online visit, you need to go to this exclusive address, 4hims.com/joy. That's 4hims.com/joy for your free online visit. FORHIMS.com/JOY.
With every other attorney in town talking about winning and how much they've won, it's time we look at the facts and set the record straight. Lerner Rowe has helped over 150,000 people collect billions of dollars for their injuries, with over $1 billion recovered in the last 5 years alone. We have over 50 attorneys and over 400 legal professionals and their resources to fight for you. The reality is, there's Lerner and Rowe, then there's everybody else.
Lerner & Rowe can get you more. Call 544-4444.
Multi-state offices. Carlos Obri Espinosa is the managing attorney, 2711 Carlisle Boulevard, Northeast Albuquerque. Glenn Lerner is only licensed in Nevada.
Hey, it's me, Ruthie, from Total Wine & More. You know how stores have been raising their prices lately? Well, lean into your speaker a little closer because I've got a big secret to share. Total Wine is actually lowering our prices on hundreds of wines. I know, right? And even better, our new lower prices on hundreds of wines are here to stay. But listen, don't thank me. At Total Wine, we love helping our customers save big. With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, be 21.
To start the season, spray away stress. Get rid of
45 seconds.
Clear the nerves. Do away with dirt and doubt. And lose the germs. For less worry,
The phones are ringing, but I'll tell them you have a guest if they want to call back, okay?
these are endless. Clorox. Start clean. Always use products as directed.
Bring your sports cards, Pokemon cards, movie cards, music cards, any trading cards you want to trade, sell, or get a valuation. The buyers from California and New Mexico will be there to buy cards. All in autographs, August 5th from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. Meet with trading card buyers to buy, trade, or get valuation on your cards. All in autographs, 2225 Wyoming Boulevard Northeast in Hoffmantown Square off Wyoming and Manal. Visit allinautographs.com.
The sports animal is now 27 years old. What we're saying is, it's not
Here we go, you guys.
tell us how good we look for our age. Just remember, we're not that kind of station. Creeper.
We're back on the program. Live at Dreamstyle Remodeling, 1650 Renaissance. Come hang out with the boys by dropping off water. Really any donation. I'll say, like if you're like, hey, we brought cold hard cash, we'll say we were looking for cold hard water, but this is fine. We will take that. Yeah, we will take. Bring it to us. We'll give you Ice Tubs tickets. We'll take care of you. Please come say hi to us, and then we will take all of the fun giving from our friends of the show and listeners, and we'll give it to who? Joy Junction. Elma Reynolds joins us. She's the CEO of Joy Junction. Elma, welcome, friend. How are you? We're going to wait for Griffin to turn up your microphone because it's her first day. Whenever you're ready, Griff. Elma, welcome back to the show. Second try. It'll be just 1 second. There we go. Oh, thank you for fixing that.
Okay.
Hey, there we are. Welcome to the program.
Well, thank you so much for having me here again, and thank you for doing this event today. It's really a good, good thing that you're doing here.
joyjunction.org for any information on Joy Junction. They are doing a great job helping individuals in the community. They do it in a lot of different ways, including car donations, including services, including goods, including monetarily, including the driver doing day, and brand new thrift shops.
Yes, we have our thrift shop just opened on Minol, just before Wantabo, across Walmart. And check our store. There's so much, you can find in there.
Love it.
I'm a thrift store fan, and I just saw that the new one opened up, so I'm really excited for that. You're going to see me there soon. For those friends of the show who don't know what Joy Junction is or what you do, give us a little idea of what you guys are all about.
Well, we are a homeless shelter. We accept families, the entire families, because some homeless shelter they don't take the entire families. Or they take the family, but they separate the father from the kids and the mom. So for Joy Junction, we keep them together. This is the hardest point in their life, and they must be together.
Sure.
So we accept also single individuals, and we're not only giving them a shelter, a roof over their heads, and meals, but we have programs to help them get back on their feet again.
Elma Reynolds joining us. She's the CEO of Joy Junction, talking about why we're here at Dreamstyle Remodeling with our water drive. The last 10 days or so, 14 days, just so incredibly hot here in Albuquerque. Have you seen new faces at Joy Junction? Have you seen individuals that maybe haven't needed help historically coming to you for help for the first time?
Yes, I saw a lot of new faces at the shelter, because I was so much involved there at the shelter. During the weekend, I do the kitchen work, and, giving the food at the window is like, oh, there are new faces here. Like, because I've known a lot of faces that, back and forth there at the shelter, but there's a lot of even a single dad, a single mom, an entire family, and single individuals. So the need is great. And, we want that people in the community, although there are already a lot of them helping Joy Junction, but those who are not yet involved, they can do something.
What are some other services that you provide for these individuals or these families beyond just safe shelter?
Well, we have a 9-month life recovery program, so they can join. So it's a faith-based life recovery program. It's a Jesus version of AA, and after 9 months they have the graduation. We help them afterwards, to find works, to find jobs, but also we have case manager on site that help them even if they are not in the program. Help them, like for example, you want to find a job, you don't want to be in the program, but you want to look for a job, but you don't have all those credentials that you need, like IDs. So we help them to get a driver's license, any identification that you need to get a job, and even to help where they can find a job, and connected with other agencies to help them.
If you're an individual listening to our program and interested in assisting Joy Junction, 505-463-4818 is how you contact the volunteer coordinator at Joy Junction. Figure out a way to help. It's not necessarily always a monetary donation. If you have services, if you have skills, this is going to sound cliche, but anywhere that houses people, they need help with what? Landscaping. They need help with what?
Sure.
Keeping the building comfortable and safe and operational. And those skills go a very long way in helping others. All right, Elma, give us a little bit of the story. When did it start? When did Joy Junction become a staple here in the Albuquerque community?
Well, Joy Junction's founded in 1986.
Oh my gosh.
When the founder, Jeremy Reynolds, based on his experience being homeless for a short time with a family. And that's what drive him to start this homeless shelter. And from there, Joy Junction grow from one building to entirely getting the entire 52-acre facility. And we have many buildings on that. So we have buildings for family. The family can stay together in one room, a couple in one room, and single men and single female will be on different building. So it's really, as the years go by, it's getting bigger and bigger, and the need also getting bigger. And yeah, we are 37 years now with no government, city, or state funding. Just rely on private donation from individuals like you.
That's incredible.
Love that.
4500 2nd Street Southwest. You can contact Joy Junction at 505-877-6967. Do you see a lot of success stories?
Yes, we have a lot of success stories. We have this lady that worked for us now as a manager. She had been at Joy Junction for a few years, and her life was ruined because of alcohol and really sleeping on the park. And then afterwards, she accepted for the help of one person, kind individual, that offered her a help to bring to a shelter. For her, it's very, very scary for her to be in the shelter, just to think to be in the shelter with different kind of people. But afterwards, she get used to it and know the people there. And, it wasn't a very small transition, but we are very patient and gave them, second chance and another chance. And now she's back on her feet again, and she's on our team.
Love that so much. Bring down your water donations, toiletries, otter pops, cash donations,
Yes.
Bitcoin maybe. I don't know. Do you guys take Bitcoin?
I don't know about that.
What else can the friends of the show do to help Joy Junction?
Well, we accept in-kind donation. Like, for example, you want to change all your closet now. You want to pay to buy a brand new stuff.
Van needs to.
Yeah, you can bring it to our location at the South Valley, 4500 2nd Street. Anything in your house, like household items, as long as they are still useful. Don't bring to us the furniture that has 3 legs only. So anything that still useful and clean clothing, and then kitchen items. I mean, we can use at the shelter. We can use for those people that getting their housing, can give them. And the other stuff is we can sell at the thrift store, and all proceeds goes back to Joy Junction.
Excellent.
Love everything about that. All the obvious social media outlets, joyjunction.org for your resources on the internet. Elma Reynolds, thank you so much, friend.
Well, thank you. It's been a pleasure to be here.
Absolutely. Thanks.
What a good day. Whenever we get back, more from Dream Style Remodeling, 1650 Renaissance. That's right across the street from the Sam's Club. It's right across the street from the Costco. Go pick up some waters. We'll give you some totes ticks. Also, come inside because it's cool, not just temperature-wise, but it's a cool-ass building.
Come see the fish tank.
Come and see us.
Come meet my new fish friends.
Yeah, feed the fish. I don't know if we can feed the fish.
I was going to ask.
Ben, come roll some crackers. I got an idea. It's 2 minutes on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored
Clear.
by Lowe's. MVP's bonus days are back at Lowe's. Right now, save $60 when you buy a DeWalt impact driver or drill for just $99 each. Lowe's knows pros. Valid through 8/2.
Accident cleanup continues southbound Juan Tabo at the I-40 exit that's backing up to the right at Copper. We've got slow going westbound I-40 from the interchange through 12th Street. Southbound I-25 is slow from Osuna through Montgomery, and Paseo is slowing from Jefferson to 2nd. I'm Jerry Wright. KKOB traffic every 10 minutes on the 7s. If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Shop in store or online at AmericanHome.com. They guarantee you'll pay less. I'm Jerry Wright from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Maggie Gray with a CBS Sports Minute. When it comes to NFL players getting suspended for betting on sports, Broncos head coach Sean Payton says, quote, shame on us. Payton believes the NFL's policy must not be clear if players keep breaking the rules, which sounds ridiculous to me. Players have their teams, their union, their agents who can clarify any questions they may have. Blaming the league and the policy rather than the players is shifting accountability to the wrong party. I'm Maggie Gray.
Help pitch in and bring some relief from the heat to those in need. All day today, we're collecting bottled water and hygiene products for the homeless in Albuquerque. We've heard from charities across the city, and when the heat strikes, those who can't escape the heat are often hit the hardest. Please join us in the parking lot of Dream Style Remodeling on Renaissance all day while we collect bottled water, Otter Pops, and new hygiene products for the homeless. Special thanks to Pete's Landscaping and Materials, and to all of you for your help. Details are online at sportsanimалabq.com.
I can't wait for what's next. Even with higher stroke risk due to atrial fibrillation, an irregular heartbeat not caused by a heart valve problem. Eliquis, apixaban tablets, reduces stroke risk. It's the #1 cardiologist prescribed blood thinner. Don't stop taking prescription Eliquis without talking to your doctor, as this may increase your risk of stroke. Eliquis can cause serious and in rare cases fatal bleeding. Don't take Eliquis if you have an artificial heart valve, abnormal bleeding, or have antiphospholipid syndrome. While taking, you may bruise more easily or take longer for bleeding to stop. A spinal injection while on Eliquis increases risk of blood clots, which may cause paralysis, the inability to move. Get medical help right away for unexpected bleeding or unusual bruising, or if you have tingling, numbness, or muscle weakness. It may increase your bleeding risk if you take medicines such as aspirin products, NSAIDs, SSRIs, SNRIs, and blood thinners. Tell your doctor about all planned medical or dental procedures. Learn more at Eliquis.com or call 1-855-ELIQUIS.
Lobo fans, football season tickets are on sale now for as low as $86. That's less than $15 a game. The Lobos have an attractive home schedule this season, which features in-state rival New Mexico State on September 16th. This season will feature a new state-of-the-art light show during games, on-field DJ, increased tailgate atmosphere, and much, much more.
Minute 30.
Join us at University Stadium this fall by visiting golobos.com/ticket today.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
Let you in it?
Mr. Clean Magic Eraser to clean tough messes off my stovetop and bathtub. Discovered I can also use it to easily clean my patio furniture and even my shoes. I'm hooked.
Oh, you didn't own shorts.
I use Magic Eraser sheets. They're thin and flexible erasers, perfect for everyday messes, like gunk on my counters and sinks.
Yeah, you did.
Magical.
The reviews are in. Mr. Clean Magic Eraser and Sheets make cleaning look easy.
Ray Magliozzi here for eBay Motors. Okay, easy now. You're teaching your kid how to parallel park. Ouch! Turns out he likes to do it by feel. Don't worry, eBay Motors has bumpers, taillights, trunk lids, license plate holders, 122 million parts. Pull up just a little bit. And headlights. They've got lots of headlights. Get the right parts at the right prices. eBay Motors. Let's ride.
I'm attorney Kevin Rowe, here to tell you the biggest thing I've learned about insurance companies over the years, and it's really simple. They don't care about you.
Oh, guys, I'm so sorry. It's that whole, like, 15 years and 15 days. I didn't realize that was
Adjusters and lawyers
3 minutes.
3 minutes. Okay.
little as possible for your injuries. Hurry
Sorry about that.
Can get you more. Call 544-4444. Carlos Obri Espinosa is the managing attorney, 2711 Carlisle Boulevard, Northeast Albuquerque. Glenn Lerner is only licensed in Nevada.
Celebrating 15 years as the #1 sports show in New Mexico.
Sports talk in 2020 adapted just like you did. When our world came to a halt, we had to figure it out together. In January, we had to deal with the tragic helicopter crash that claimed the lives of 8 people, including Kobe Bryant and his daughter. We remembered one of the best players of our lifetime and the lives of those that were lost with it. The one normal that we enjoyed was the Super Bowl, where Kansas City defeated San Francisco, and we started to believe that if there was someone who could get close to Tom Brady when it comes to championships, Patrick Mahomes is that guy. March was when everything really hit hard. Utah Jazz center Rudy Gobert was the first NBA player to test positive COVID, prompting the league to shut down for 30 days, and that 30-day pause turned into a 3-month delay as sports across the country ground to a halt. And that was March 11th. On March 12th, 5 days before the NCAA men's basketball tournament was scheduled to start, the NCAA canceled all championship tournaments for the remainder of that academic year. The NBA bubble became a thing, so basketball had finished their season in Orlando. And in the bubble, things did not get any easier. 3 days after Jacob Blake, a 29-year-old black man, was shot in the back by police, the Milwaukee Bucks sat out a playoff game. And teams questioned the future of their bubble stay, but the games would resume.
Last time they all came together was back in January, and it was in profound sadness with the loss of Kobe Bryant, his daughter, and those 7 others. But tonight, the Laker fans can unite in joy as they celebrate a title.
And after more than 100 days in the bubble, the Lakers took out Miami, and LeBron James won the 17th NBA title in Lakers history. For us here in New Mexico, we watched our teams become road warriors. Global football brought back hometown alumni Danny Gonzalez to lead the program. In year 1, they had to play every game on the road.
Here up with a blitz on, ball free from Trey Smith, and the Lobos have it. They turn over the running back, Trey Smith, and it's New Mexico ball up a point.
Lobos got you going at the end of the year, winning the final 2 games of the season. New Mexico State canceled their football season. Lobos and Aggies basketball would have to find a way to survive away from home. Now, it came in 2021 at the end of the season, but the UNM women, that 2020-21 season, they would win a Mountain West regular season championship after spending the entire season on the road. They got to play 2 home games early in 2021 to win a Mountain West regular season title, beating Colorado State. We made it. You adjusted to the sports and non-sports debates. Bye-bye for good 2020.
15 years and 15 days is brought.
I'm gone the Friday before that.
Albuquerque's premier sports memorabilia and collectible destination.
I'm gone the Friday before that.
On the opening drive, Jerry Palm of CBS Sports joins us. He's going to dish on 15 years of the OD with Jeff Symbieta. The show starts at 7 a.m. on the Sports Animal.
Hey, Marie, do you remember me from 10 minutes before that commercial break? Do you remember me from all that time ago?
I just want to let you know, I do not build the commercial breaks. And I think the last 20 minutes of the show have been productive in general. Good job, guys.
Thank you.
We literally planned all of our days off for the rest of the year. That's what
So
we
did
did.
I.
That's what we did during the commercial break.
Nice.
We had time for it.
We had time.
Fred's going to Mexico to celebrate 16 de Septiembre.
I don't even know what that is.
I'm going to Minnesota
Cool. I'm going
the
to
week
Vegas.
before he goes to Mexico.
Where are you going, Lake Wobegon?
US Bank Stadium.
Lake Minnetonka.
You know where the star of Quarterback on Netflix plays?
Marcus Mariota isn't there.
All right, as it turns out, Lake Wobegon is fictional.
Huh.
Lake Minnetonka is a real thing.
That is Minnetonka's very real.
Lake Wobegon
Great
is
place. A lot of family there.
Is a fictional town created by Garrison Keillor as the setting of a recurring segment, News from Lake Wobegon.
Minnetonka, not only is it a lake in Minnesota, It is a brand of native shoe wear. So we
And
got
it's
that
a-
going for us.
Before
It's a great part of Minnesota.
Uh-huh.
Before Garrison Keillor got Me Too'd, Prairie Home Companion was like a really good show.
Oh, it was fantastic.
It was incredibly good.
I was a big Garrison Keillor fan
until
the weird stuff.
They got Me Too'd.
Same thing with Charlie Rose. He was one of my all-time favorites.
That's wild.
That one was a bummer. Didn't see that one coming. You described that situation with Jeremy Piven, allegedly. I'm like, oh, that makes total sense. Charlie Rose? Oh, what?
Dude, you hate Jeremy Piven.
Oh, I love Jeremy Piven.
Oh, okay, my bad.
The actor, not the dude.
Najee Harris said, so me and all my homies.
Okay. Did he say homies?
I think.
That's awesome.
He goes,
I unironically
What?
still use the word homie. I love it so much.
Najee Harris says, me and all my homies hate the franchise tag. He says,
Who's his homies?
Okay.
all the other running backs that were in this
In
Zoom
the
call.
Zoom meeting, except for Saquon.
Yeah.
Who doesn't mind that much.
And everyone else that's going to get paid in the next week.
He says, me and all my homies hate the franchise tag by position.
Mhm.
There should just be one franchise tag per team. What would that person make in monies? This is not producing a solution, Najee and your homies.
Yeah.
This is very bad.
You know what we should get? We should get quarterback money. If we can't decide on a contract, we should get the highest scale of the franchise
Oh,
tag.
and speaking of, well, okay, if it's highest, yeah, maybe I'm in your version here. But if it was like average, every team would put it on a quarterback every single year.
Yeah.
You'd be
No
getting-
one would ever get paid.
Yeah. And also, do you want to be hated by every other position in the NFL? Because no one wants to get paid
Yeah, well-
the jerk money that you make. Jerks.
Right.
Bunch of Steve Martins out there.
Hey, you know the guys who get paid less than really good punters? Let them drive the market.
You remember when you were a kid, Marie, and like you're in school, like high,
With the Brentwood Baddies.
Yeah, we
yes,
do.
exactly, with the Brentwood Baddies.
Brentwood
And
Baddies.
You and the Brentwood Baddies sat down. And you're like, listen, I'm going to run for class president, and we're going to put vending machines in every classroom. That's what this was. That is about as organized
Totally.
and smart as this ideal is.
You know how we have pizza
Totally.
day every other Friday?
Yeah.
It's going to be every Friday now.
I'm going to take Fiestada off the menu. And people are like, what do I even order Fiestada?
That's it. I declare no more homework.
Yeah.
Vote for A. Marie.
Never ran for class president, but I would have been a good one.
Would you put together the 20-year high school reunion better than mine has?
You know, I'm not going to mine.
I didn't go to mine, but there's this
Not
thing
that I'm
called
against
COVID
it.
that happened.
Griff, 20 years ago when your 20-year high school reunion happened, did you go?
Ouch.
That's not nice.
And I'm on my 30-year reunion this
Oh, my
year.
goodness. Oh, my.
And that's not.
Griffin hates the volume on her microphone.
I know.
I hate
can't
the
control it.
volume on her microphone as well.
All my homies hate the volume on Griffin's microphone. Tuning on live from the mobile John Lopez Real Estate and Coldwell Banker Legacy Studio at Dream Style Remodeling today as we're taking your donation, 1650 Renaissance, adjacent to the Costco and Sam's Club. Pick up a case, bring it to your boys. We will give you Ice and Clips tickets. I had lunch today at 66 Diner. It was freaking delicious, and the line was long. I'm telling you, get there at 11 a.m. when they open. That's really the best way to mess with that place. So incredibly good. Didn't get a chance to go by the Albuquerque Duke store. I will tomorrow, though. They got some cool new merch over there. Come see them for that. Don't forget, we're about 3 minutes away from 5 o'clock, and we know what happens at 5 o'clock on this show. We celebrate New Mexico's vodka. That's called vodka. Zooming on 95.9 FM and AM 610. Don't forget about the YMCA, the sports animal.
Claire.
Final accident cleanup southbound Juan DeBoe at the I-40 exit. All four directions are almost back to normal. Just a short wait, give them room to get that last swept up. Also, we've got slow going westbound I-40 from Carlisle all the way to the river. Southbound I-25 is slow from Paseo del Norte down to Montgomery. Westbound Paseo is slowing from I-25 all the way through the river, and northbound I-25 through the S-curve is slow from Cesar Chavez to Lomas.
This report is sponsored by Audible. Boost your imagination with Audible. Listen to the biggest selection of audio entertainment, from celeb memoirs to motivation and more. Audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. There's more to imagine when we listen. Sign up for a free trial at audible.com.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Shop in store or online at AmericanHome.com. They guarantee you'll pay less. I'm Jerry Wright from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
This is Jim Rome with your Rome Report. We now have a new highest paid player in the NFL. First, Jalen Hurts got his bag. Then Lamar Jackson got a little bit more. And now the highest paid player per season in the history of the Shield is Justin Herbert. 5 years, $262.5 million, 133 in full guarantees. What a great deal. A great deal for the Bolts. And wait for this, it's going to be a bargain despite all that paper, even at $52.5 million per season. Yes, it's a lot of paper, but this is a lot of QB, a ton of arm, a lot of youth, a lot of leadership, a lot of talent, and a hell of a lot of grit and toughness. They didn't have to do this right now, but they got it right, and they did the right thing, and this guy is worth every last penny.
Hey, it's me, Ruthie from Total Wine & More. You know how stores have been raising their prices lately? Well, lean into your speaker a little closer because I've got a big secret to share. Total Wine is actually lowering our prices on hundreds of wines. I know, right? And even better, our new lower prices on hundreds of wines are here to stay. But listen, don't thank me. At Total Wine, we love helping our customers save big. With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine & More. Drink responsibly, be 21.
To start the season, spray away stress. Get rid of grime. Clear the nerves. Do away with dirt and doubt. And lose the germs for less worry and more wins. When you get to a clean slate, the possibilities are endless. Clorox, start clean. Always use products as directed.
This weekend, your isotopes will transform with back-to-back specialty Jersey nights. That's right, this Friday, it's Marvel's Defenders of the Diamond. Come dressed as your favorite Marvel superhero and get ready for an action-packed evening. Then on Saturday, it's a green chili cheeseburgers takeover and post-game fireworks presented by Blake's Lotta Burger. Albuquerque Isotopes Baseball, the best family entertainment in town.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM, AM 610 KNML Albuquerque. The sports animal, proud to be a Cumulus media station, even if they're not that proud of us.
Here we go.
Sports animal, your afternoon drive.
Yay.
Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle,
Marie Castillo.
I told him to watch quarterback.
Men On with
I
Van
don't think he did.
Slow.
Back on the program, live from Green Style Realty. Let's go.
Yay. Still remodeling.
1650 Renaissance. Come hang out with your boys adjacent to the Costco, adjacent to the Sam's Club. You go pick up a case of waters. Hey, pick up Lucy's. I don't care. Whatever. Bring water to us. We'll give you Isotopes tickets. And then Van said he will go out with you to the Isotopes game.
What is it, August 15th?
August 15th.
I'm free. Let's go, friend of the show.
I'll give you the day off.
I want to meet some new friends and get some new waters.
New friends of the show.
Come
Lenny's on the
inside
phone.
after you donate the water and get your Isotopes tickets and come look at my fish.
Friend of the show.
They're
and
very nice.
Our
yours now? Yeah. Oh.
Our boss in real life, Jeff Barry, joining us on the program. Jeff, welcome.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Jeff, I have no
our
idea.
honor.
What is your job title? President of All Radio?
The official title on my card,
I think, yeah.
Vice President Market Manager.
Isn't that crazy?
But some people call me other things.
Space Cowboy.
Okay. Gangster of Love, possibly?
There's a lot of things.
Dreamstyle Realty is a big partner of the cluster, right? So they work with all the stations. Obviously, they got a prominent voice, not just here in the town, but on our airwaves. And you guys came together to put together this drive. And I don't have the number in front of me. We're up like 5,000 bottles of water, something crazy.
Mandy said just over six.
Just over six?
Over six.
Oh, my gosh. Congratulations, man.
You know, this all started. We started calling on some of the local homeless shelters for a program that we had is separate than this. But so we got relationships with these 4 that are benefiting today. And every time we sit down and talk with them, we're like, how can we help you? And obviously they have needs year round. But the past couple of weeks, they all came back and were like, we need water.
Yeah.
These people that are coming in, when they walk back out of that shelter, they're going out and the things that we complain about when we walk from the car to the grocery store of how hot it is. And just imagine somebody that's living out in this. And just as human beings, we should be able to hand somebody a couple of bottles of water to make it through the day, or some Otter Pops or something to just cool them off. And we kept hearing that over and over again. So we decided that we wanted to do this today. And we reached out to a couple of people, and Pete's Landscaping came out and helped as far as loading their trucks and delivering it. Obviously, Dreamstyle, turned their facility over to us, their parking lot, and inside for us to benefit and again not be out in this heat. So a lot of people came together, but you know what? Who really came together? And that's our fans and listeners.
Yeah,
I mean, they came out today. We've been out here since 7 o'clock this morning, and there's been just a nice, steady people coming by, and all walks of life. Everybody understands that these folks need help, and again, regardless of how they got there, they need some help, and they need just, again, as human beings, I'd like to think that we all want to help those folks. So it's nice that we're seeing that today. And hopefully, people that are just listening to the show that maybe can't make it out, we've opened their eyes and ears to help the homeless down the road. Because unfortunately, they're going to continue to need help every single day.
The friends of the show, the loyal listeners, might not know how the sausage is made for radio. I mean, I'm telling you, this castle would come crumbling down if it wasn't for you. Everything you do for this station and keeping everyone in line here. But I think I do. So one thing you always have time for is community activities, community engagement, drives like this. I mean, is this part of the mission statement, or is this just because Stephen Griffin is so awful we got to make up for it?
Well, we have to make up for our sins for sure. But you know what? I'm going to say that that's not necessarily me. That's our team. But I do believe that as broadcasters, as radio broadcasters, we're in the local community, and we owe it to help the community in whatever fashion they need, whether there's a huge fire up north, and we did this drive last year, whether the things that the community needs, we need to step up because God forbid someday that we're in that need. I'd love to know that somebody's got my back. And so when we hear those things, I take that personally. And the fact that I do quote unquote manage 7 radio stations. It's got, 300,000 plus fans that listen to one of those stations. I think it's our responsibility as broadcasters to do that.
You know what I'm appreciative of, and you brought it up talking about the fire relief project we did last year, obviously this work we're doing here, but if it's KKOB or if it's KMGA or KRST or us here at KNML or whoever, there's a loyalty to the friends of the show and the listener to understand that we're going to vet this help the right way, because not necessarily is it always easy for people to give to the right organizations, and how fortunate we are now. If it's Joy Junction or whoever we're working with last year, I believe we worked with the Red Cross. Correct me if that's wrong.
That's correct.
But there are a lot of individuals that don't necessarily utilize correctly all the resources that are given to them to help others. And I'm so impressed by Cumulus and the cluster and finding the partners that we know are going to give directly to those who need to consume, and how easily we make it for those who support us to support others. So it's just been a really spectacular endeavor, the handful of times we've been so fortunate to help you and the cluster do some things.
Well, and again, I appreciate you guys turning your show over. I know people obviously listen to this radio station. They want to hear about sports. They want to hear what your guys' take on that. And sometimes we have to break away from that and talk about other things. And I appreciate our listeners that are out there right now that are, entertaining and talking, listening to this need in the community, and giving us a chance to talk about it, and them staying tuned in.
Love everything
I
about
don't think the regular friends of the show are freaking out at all right now because we're not talking about a lot of sports. I think these guys kind of get the program and know that we're not going to stay on task 24/7.
What's the shiny thing today?
So I'm just going to assume here because I know we both saw the documentary as well. We were young impressionable young men of Alf. So we kind of knew that aliens always existed. What's your thoughts on all this information that's coming out in the hearings today?
I have to believe that there's so much more that we don't know about what's going on around us. We're very small people in a very big world, and that world is much greater than just than just us. So I'd like to think I'm special, but you know what? There's a lot of other special things out there too. So it's
the vastness of the universe. Statistically, we probably aren't alone out there. And the reason we're not visited as often is because of how awful we are. Like,
don't go to Earth. It has the Earthlings.
Watch horrible, smutty reality TV. The reason we're not get visited all the time is friggin' Snooki and the Jersey Shore people.
Are you saying we're like the roadside rest area and people just drive by?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. They blow right through here. Yeah, we're the Motel 4 of the universe.
Well,
no one wants to stay here.
Because of this profession, I know a little bit about radio waves because of this profession, right?
Sure, yeah.
Right now, the television that we've sent out, 50 light years away, is like the best television we've ever done. Even that's like Lucille Ball.
Sure.
That's like that's the good stuff. If that
Yeah.
can't even entice people,
Yeah.
like we're in a lot of trouble come the future. The what's the Arthur C. Clarke quote? We're either alone in the universe or we're not, and both equally are terrifying.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah, we're in a spot here. We're in a tough one. Those press meetings were insanely weird today. Weird day in the world of sports as well. How excited are you for football to get back, Joe? I mean, you're a Kansas City guy. We try not to make fun of you for it, but how excited are you for the Chiefs to just win again?
And again and again
and again and again. I was a Chiefs fan.
Yeah.
I'm 56 years old. I've been a Chiefs fan since I'm a little boy. So I have pained through some years where they weren't on top.
Sure.
So it is really, really, really nice
Shout out
to
to
see
Steve DeBerg.
to see the success that they've had. And obviously, I would love to see that success continue. But I mean, man, isn't Patrick Mahomes awesome to watch? Just to watch him play. I mean,
Can't hate the guy.
No, I mean, that guy, I would like to think that I'm enough of a football fan to see that kind of talent, even if he were on another team, that I would respect that.
Well,
but the fact that he is on the team that I love, it is
Pretty
makes
sweet.
him just
Pretty
a
sweet.
little bit that better. So, yeah.
So here's the reason we even bring up the Chiefs. We even bring up your Kansas City quarterback. The Kelsey brothers have a pretty successful podcast called.
Yes, they do.
Yes. What is the number that it would? They're going to get into radio. They have to, right? You can't stay in the podcast world forever. Like, we would get replaced in an instant, right? Like if the Kelsey brothers became available here in the cluster, this is the vision.
I don't know.
They're so incredibly good.
They're awesome.
Like, have
They
you?
wouldn't even say anything
Wouldn't
to
even-
us.
no.
Just our key cards. Our key cards wouldn't work anymore. I mean, like, hey, we can't get into the parking garage anymore.
In fairness, wouldn't you tune in, listen to him, and go, "Oh, I get that."
Yeah,
Okay,
like, fine.
yeah.
Jeff's cell phone goes straight to voicemail. You go, what's going on here? Do you think it's always been like that with athletes? Do you think athletes have always had that capability to find like a broadcast top tier? I don't even know how to structure the talent that some of these athletes have in the world of radio now. Like, it's incredible to me. Pat McAfee is a prime example. It's incredible to me how some of these dudes have transitioned to the world of entertainment, because I didn't feel it was this for so very long.
Yeah, but you know what? They do have that platform now to express themselves, and and I think do I think the Kelsey brothers are a little bit unique? I do.
Same.
I mean, they've got something inside them.
Yeah.
As little boys, they were beating the heck out of each other, and that continues in their present day. But yet, that podcast is awesome.
It'll be the reason he doesn't re-sign like in his mid-30s, though, right? Like, there's other things he can do with his life. I feel like that's true for a lot of athletes now, where it's no reason to keep breaking your knees into your 40s just go become a podcaster. Go become a radio personality. Go get on a TV.
Okay, beyond podcasting, are you referring to the future tag team WWE champions?
The Kelsey brothers?
The Kelsey brothers?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, that's the next move for these guys, right?
It's going to be good. It's going to be incredibly good.
I got to believe they're going to be in football a little bit longer, though.
Yeah.
Because the podcast audience isn't quite as loud as Arrowhead, and walking out in that stadium and that crowd doing what they do, that's got to be a high that I'll never experience. But outside me yelling in the stands, I experience them from that. But I hope he is there for a very, very long time.
Jeff Barry, thank you so very much. Big thank you to Dream Style Remodeling. Big thank you to Joy Junction, Steel Bridge, Hope Works, The Rocket, Noonday. There's just been so many people involved in this thing. Have we missed anyone? Is there anyone that was a real special contributor that we didn't think to mention on air?
No, just again, the fans that listen to you guys, I really appreciate you stepping up and delivering some water and helping the homeless out today.
Love everything about it. Jeff
Thanks,
Barry,
guys. I really appreciate what you're doing.
You're the best,
Thanks,
brother.
Jeff.
Thank you.
Whenever we get back, more sports and sports adjacent content. It's 2 Men On 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
When you replace your roof, you want experience and
Got like 4 minutes.
that's Rocky Mountain Roofing. See their 5-star reviews at RockyMountainRFG.com.
Call on Rocky Mountain, the most trusted name in roofing.
This report is sponsored by Rocky Mountain Roofing.
Earlier accidents are cleared, but we've got slow going. Westbound I-40 from Carlisle through the river. Southbound I-25 slowing from Paseo down to Montgomery. Northbound I-25 through the S-curve from Cesar Chavez through Lomas. And westbound Paseo del Norte slowing at I-25 down to the river. And finally, westbound Alameda is slower than normal over the river.
This report is brought to you by Malloy Los Lunas.
It's time to take a drive, the Chevy Summer Drive, where you can get up to $2,750 cash back or choose financing as low as 1.9% on a new 2023 Chevy Silverado. When you think Chevrolet, think Malloy Chevrolet, MalloyChevrolet.com.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Shop in-store or online at AmericanHome.com. They guarantee you'll pay less. I'm Jerry Wright from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
The opening drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
CBS is reporting the Mountain West is rejecting the exceptions requested by San Diego State. It may all be moot by next Friday. That's when the June 30th deadline arrives, and there's a problem, right? San Diego State might be paying $16.5 million to leave a league and not have a league to get into, and I think that might be where this ends up going.
If you're the Mountain West, you have to take this firm stance right now. Say this not personal, it's just business.
On 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Do you have heart failure and often hear,
"Those stomach issues ruined your birthday"?
"You're too tired to play catch, Grandpa."
Sweetie, you haven't touched your tools since the carpal tunnel syndrome diagnosis.
if these seemingly unrelated symptoms sound familiar, talk to your cardiologist and ask about transthyretin amyloid cardiomyopathy, or ATTR-CM, a rare and underdiagnosed disease that gets worse over time. Learn more at connecttoyourheart.com. That's connecttoyourheart.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It's Wrangler season out there. Warmer days, cooler nights, open roads, endless horizons. And you need to be ready in jeans made for the unpredictable. Wrangler, for the ride of life. Shop our newest styles today at Wrangler.com.
If finding great hires is burning through your summer hours, then you need Indeed. Their end-to-end hiring solution makes it easy to attract, interview, and hire candidates all in one place. Hire fast by visiting Indeed.com/credit.
Bring your sports cards, Pokemon cards, movie cards, music cards, any trading cards you want to trade, sell, or get a valuation. The buyers,
Lenny's still there.
New Mexico will be there to buy cards. All in autographs. August 5th from 11 a.m. till 2 p.m. Meet with trading card buyers to buy, trade, or get valuation on your cards. All in autographs, 2225 Wyoming Boulevard Northeast in Hoffmantown Square off Wyoming and Manal. Visit allinautographs.com.
Hey, it's me, Ruthie from Total Wine and More. You know how stores have been raising their prices lately? Well, lean into your speaker a little closer because I've got a big secret to share. Total Wine is actually lowering our prices on hundreds of wines. I know, right? And even better, our new lower prices on hundreds of wines are here to stay. But listen, don't thank me. At Total Wine, we love helping our customers save big. With the lowest prices for over 30 years, you'll always find what you love and love what you find. Only at Total Wine and More. Drink responsibly, be 21.
To start the season, spray away stress. Get rid of grime. Clear the nerves. Do away with dirt and doubt. And lose the germs for less worry and more wins. When you get to a clean slate, the possibilities are endless. Clorox, start clean. Always use products as directed.
The Duke City's home for sports. 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Here we go.
We're back live at Dream Style Remodeling. We're here. Magic 99.5 here. Doug DeRocher's here. That's the real reason to come. Don't come and see us.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Joining us on the program.
Directly to your left, J-Bell's here.
Oh, I know what I was saying.
Yeah.
I know for a fact what I was saying.
Yeah.
Chop liver J-Bell.
J-Bell's got a stack of 8x10s. Come get your favorite pick of hers autographed.
Friend of the show, Lenny, joins us. Lenny, welcome, brother. How are you?
Well, before I get into what I call that, that was a great call. And I do a donation with disabled vets the same way year round.
Oh, love it.
Excellent.
At the VA. But you talked real quick about podcasts, and it all started with Joe Rogan and Bill Simmons. Simmons gets fired by ESPN, and the Ringer gets bored. And he's laughing all the way to the bank.
That firing was interesting because he got fired because he was condemning Roger Goodell after the Ray Rice stuff.
Right.
So he said the NFL made poor decisions, and then he said the story for some reason disappeared from the ESPN headlines, and he felt like there was a collusion with the NFL. He called like a suspension. He said, nah, fam, full-on separation. And then they ended up scrapping the Ringer altogether, and he's got his own thing or whatever. So, yeah, that dude's a world of talent.
Right. And then just going with an athlete retiring at a young age. Since we talk about wrestling all the time, McAfee retires at 29, gets to deal with DraftKings for $30 million a year, and now he just signs with ESPN for $18 million for 5 years.
Good work.
And still gets to bring his whole crew over for his podcast for ESPN. While they got dead weight out the door without naming Max Kellerman my name.
The other one in that podcast world, I circling back with Lenny, is that, and I don't like the dude very much, but it's the Dave Portnoy guy in Barstool Sports.
Yeah.
Because if you remember, they tried to do a partnership with ESPN as well.
Right.
And they sent those guys over there, and they were like, hey, jump in a certain lane here. Like, be more like the talking heads that you traditionally put in front of people. And they said, no, that's not our product. That's not how it works. And I think that's why there has been success with Pat McAfee. Because if ESPN will allow him to keep doing the thing he's currently doing instead of trying to mold him the way they tried to do Barstool Sports, they're going to have a banger there. They're going to
well, here's with DraftKings, and but he will have to cut down. Otherwise, that 7-second button is going to become every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't know if they're going to let him do a show actually in a sleeveless T-shirt.
This story from WrestleMania 2 years ago that he showed up in a suit, but a suit with shorts.
Yeah.
And Vince McMahon was trying to kick him out of WrestleMania. And Triple H was like, you can't, this guy's the voice of the thing. You can't kick him out. And he's like, WrestleMania deserves pants. And Pat McAfee is like, this is all for the brand. Like, you don't mess up the brand.
You guys are back.
Are cleared, but we've got slow going. Westbound I-40 from Carlisle through the river. Southbound I-25.
Back. Hello?
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, you're
That
there.
was so weird. It's so weird. You guys dropped for like 30 seconds.
Is Lenny still there?
Yeah.
All right, we'll come back with him. That'll be what time is it? Yeah, we'll go 6 minutes.
So do you want me to stop this commercial break right now?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
American Home Furniture and Mattress. Shop in store or online at AmericanHome.com.
Here, we're coming back, okay?
Pay less. I'm Jerry Wright from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
Back live on the program. A
You guys
little
are
bit of issue there with the internets, but it's figured out. Lenny, continue that thought if you would, though, brother.
So getting in with, now that Shannon Sharp is free and he can bring his podcast with him, I wouldn't be surprised if ESPN makes a play for him and his podcast.
Yeah, I think he already had a job interview, right? He's already went up there before, from what I understand.
Right, and I would rather not have no problem with Keyshawn Johnson outside of the fact that I didn't like him when I met him as a person. but I did. I met him at the Super Bowl in 2000 when the Raiders lost to Tampa Bay in San Diego. I was actually driving for some of the Tampa Bay players to get their helmets, Super Bowl helmets from the vendors brought to the hotel.
Is that what the kids are calling it these days?
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
No, this is the truth. One of the players asked me when he saw the hotel, said, I want to go downtown. Can you bring me this? And I said, well, what do I get in return? He says, I'm going to have the players sign these for you as long as you can bring me X back and I pay you for it. True story.
I think the deal with like podcast entertainers and this generation is there's so many mediums to consume your sports and sports adjacent cocaines, if you will.
And as long as gambling is now prevalent, it's going to make it even more so. But the reason I called was let's get into how you see the players get together for a salary issue and Saquon Barkley falls flat on his face.
I mean, he sold out the boys.
Everyone goes, look, he got a $2 million signing bonus. Yeah, from the $10.1 million he was already going to get from the franchise tag. The $900,000 that he has to get, which is off of 3 escalators, are for numbers he has never hit once in his career in any of those 3 steps. And if he's rushing for 1,350 yards with the 3 new receivers that they brought in, plus Darren Waller, that's an issue because there's no way that Daniel Jones should be throwing for 2,200 yards again. So he's not going to hit any of those escalators. And then the third one of those escalators is, they got to make the playoffs. Now let's look at somebody like Geno Smith. All of the escalators, he has a chance to make $53 million this year and be the second highest paid player in the league. Every escalator he has in his contract is just to meet or exceed the numbers he had last year.
I mean, it was such a fluke last year. You don't really anticipate him hitting those numbers again. There's an outlier in his career.
Except they brought in, now they have another Noah Fant, who is a good tight end. They still have Metcalf and Lockhart. And then, you just brought in the rookie wide receiver to give you another third target to stretch the field. Right.
I mean,
and you have a good coach.
No offense, Noah Fant, I'm sure is fine. I'm sure he's a nice guy, but I'm not trying to hit career highs going to my tight end. I need.
No, I understand, but you still need a tight end to spread the field a little bit so that they're just not doubling up on Metcalf and Lockhart and then Javi.
I mean, Barkley or no Barkley,
who could end up being the rookie of the year offensively.
Also, heads up, looks like Fant is on the PUP list, which I didn't know that. Obviously, I went
that doesn't mean anything this early. I mean, Purdy's already off the list, and he just had elbow surgery in March, and he's cleared to go. And then last one, I'll give Aaron Rodgers, who I don't like the Jets trade, but at least now he came back to earth and he gave up money. And now he only has to play for 2 years, $75 million guaranteed instead of $110 guaranteed just for next season.
I mean, I think it's great for the
That was his
Jets.
cap hit.
Yeah, I think the Jets gave up an appropriate amount for a 4-time MVP who's got a little bit left in the tank. I'm not mad at all.
Okay, but let's look what happened with the trade. Okay, they traded Elijah Moore to Cleveland to get a second-round pick that they ended up trading for Aaron Rodgers. They did a pick swap in the first round, and then the hoodie did a deal with Pittsburgh so Pittsburgh could overjump the Jets. So they took the Jets offensive tackle that they wanted in the draft.
Yes, love it.
Then, if he plays 60% of the snaps for this season, which he will, they have to give up a number one next year.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's a steal.
Only 3 players age 40 and higher have made the playoffs. Some guy named Tom Brady. He did pretty good. Drew Brees. And then Brett Favre. That's it.
And it looks like Rodgers
and Brett Favre would have made the Super Bowl that year when he played with Minnesota, except he decided that the defender looked better for giving the ball to him in the second half.
I mean, it's unfortunate the
interception
Jets are in
time
the
of the game.
AFC East, but I mean, they're loaded. I mean, they've been loaded at every single position group except for quarterback, and now they got a good one.
No, I'm not saying there isn't. We got to hope that Brees Hall comes back from his ACL because he was on track to win Rookie of the Year because he was averaging 5.8 a carry, but it takes about a year to come back from a torn ACL.
Yeah,
and some players never recover.
Yeah, they got Michael Carter right behind him. He's no slouch.
No, he's not, but he's not Brees Hall. You know, Garrett Wilson we know is good. You know, Alan Lazard, he's okay, but they give him a 6'5" red zone receiver. Randall Cobb's going to look good with a clipboard. They have a great front line. Mekhi Becton's going to be traded before the season begins because he doesn't want to be a backup.
I don't know about that. I mean, the Jets.
Between they got Dwayne Brown, and then they got the guy they drafted and another guy they signed. But on defense, they have a top 5 defense. And I'm not being a homer, I just think. And then lastly, my 2 favorite coaches to get fired first, now that Justin Herbert got such an easy pay raise, is Brandon Staley's going to just screw it up. Even with Kellen Moore calling plays, if Staley doesn't get analytics out of his brain that, hey, it's 4th and 2, send the kicker home, we're going to go for it, they're not going to win. You have a quarterback that in 3 years has set records for yards, total yards, touchdowns, and outside of blowing a 27-point lead to Jacksonville last year, which I'm not totally blaming on him, Staley is a nightmare of a quarterback. Of a coach. And he actually makes McCarthy look good.
Players. Lenny, we're at the bottom of the hour. We got to bounce away, but appreciate your call. Appreciate you being a friend of the show. My problem with jumping into coaches' critiques before the season starts is I think I know who the best players are, but I don't know who the best players are until I see 8 games into the season.
Sure.
Then I know the best players are. If you're a franchise that moves on from your head coach before 8 games into the season, you're a joke franchise anyways. Like you weren't going to win in the first place. You knew he was going to go after week 1.
I mean, if you want to see how good your coach is, how good is your general manager? How good's your front office?
Mm-hmm.
What players you drafting and bringing in? I'll tell you who's a good coach.
Why did you talk about front office and general managers when you should have just said quarterback?
A lot of these guys got quarterbacks now. Good luck, coach.
Today's I-9 Varsity, the I-9 Varsity of Water, whenever we get back. 2 men on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports animal.
Pro football camps are
clear.
I'm Ed Egros here to help you beat the books with BetQL. It's new contract and holdout season around pro football, which means the games are just around the corner. BetQL is ready to help you prep for the coming season, futures bets, win totals, and more. It's all at BetQL as kickoff gets closer by the day. I'm Ed Egros. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetQL app today.
Walking through a junkyard. Each wrecked car tells a story. This one, very sad. She had been drinking and driving. Oh, and this one, terrible. The driver was drunk and drove clear off the road. And this one was my family. The drunk driver hit us, and my wife and our daughter. They didn't make it.
Drinking and driving causes far too many tragic stories. It's time to end DWI. This message brought to you by NMDOT.
It's the massive sales gargantuan blowout at Fiesta Subaru.
Why are you talking like that?
Because my voice sells lots of cars.
So you're telling me that me saying that Fiesta Subaru delivers dependable vehicles with some of the best safety ratings, a hassle-free buying experience, isn't as good as you saying it?
Yes.
See, what's with the sound effects and all that fluff? No, just stop. Folks, just come see us in person today at Fiesta Subaru on Lomas or fiestasubaru.com.
Fiesta Subaru.
Okay, I'm done with you.
My brother-in-law died suddenly, and now my sister and her kids have to sell their home. That's why I told my husband we could not put off getting life insurance any longer. An agent offered us a 10-year, $500,000 policy for nearly $50 a month. Then we called SelectQuote. SelectQuote found us identical coverage for only $19 a month, a savings of $369 a year.
Whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, SelectQuote could save you more than 50% on term life insurance.
For your free quote, call SelectQuote at 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080. Or go to SelectQuote.com. 1-800-743-8080. That's 1-800-743-8080.
SelectQuote. We shop. You save. Full details on example policies at selectquote.com/commercials.
Lobo fans, football season tickets are on sale now for as low as $86. That's less than $15 a game. The Lobos have an attractive home schedule this season, which features in-state rival New Mexico State on September 16th. This season will feature a new state-of-the-art light show during games, on-field DJ, increased tailgate atmosphere, and much, much more. Join us at University Stadium this fall by visiting golobos.com/tickets today.
Hey, I'm Andy. If you don't know me, it's probably because I'm not famous. But I did start a men's grooming company called Harry's. The idea for Harry's came out of a frustrating experience I had buying razor blades. Most brands were overpriced, overdesigned, and out of touch. At Harry's, our approach is simple. Here's our secret. We make sharp, durable blades and sell them at honest prices for as low as $2 each. We care about quality so much that we do some crazy things, like buy a world-class German blade factory. Obsessing over every detail means we're confident in offering a 100% quality guarantee. Millions of guys have already made the switch to Harry's, so thank you if you're one of them. And if you're not, we hope you give us a try with this special offer. Get a Harry starter set with a 5-blade razor, weighted handle, shave gel, and a travel cover, all for just $3 plus free shipping. Just go to harrys.com and enter code SPORTS at checkout. That's harrys.com, code SPORTS. Enjoy.
Here we go.
Drive with Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck. Weekday mornings from 7 to 10 on 95.9 FM and AM 610. The Sports Animal.
Welcome back to the program live at Dream Style Remodeling. Come by, drop off some cases, bottles of water, personal hygiene, anything that you believe will help others. Also, come inside and say hi to us. They're keeping the doors open for us past 6. We'll be here up until 6:15 plus cleanup. We'll make it a little night here.
You got a few minutes after the program ends. Come get a picture with Steph Griffin, and she'll autograph it for you.
Is that true, Griff?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Griff hates her microphone. Turn it back down,
I
Griff.
can't figure
It's
it
not hard.
out.
It's not even confusing.
I'm trying
It's the
to
same.
make it match you guys.
It's the same every time. Yeah, there you go. Now you got it. Super easy. 505-312-4999. League office 280 at i9sports.com. Reach out to i9sports. They got all the summer programs going on right now. I know they just went and did their big national meeting thing in Florida van. So they got a bunch of new stuff that's going to pop up here. But the Ventana Ranch youth clinics are going off. The Madison Middle School youth clinics. Obviously, all the basketball stuff over at Hoover. Reach out to I-9 Sports League Office 280. Get your kids involved in some stuff. Today's I-9 Varsity, the I-9 Varsity of Water van. We're doing that because we're at Dreamstyle Remodeling, and we've received, did we say 6,000 bottles of water?
Over 6,000.
That's wild.
That's more than 6,000.
Hear me out, everyone listening. When you go to throw your water bottle away, take the lid off. Do you know how much water is kept from the aquifer every single year because of bottles with closed caps being thrown into landfills across this country? Uncap.
I did not know
your
that.
bottle.
I've never heard of that.
Annually,
That's new to me as well.
Annually, it's 15 million gallons of water. Does not re-enter the aquifer every single year because it's trapped inside of plastic bottles inside of landfills.
I just heard that water screaming. I have a vivid imagination.
I didn't know you're supposed to take the cap off when you throw it away. I honestly did not know that.
Well, what are you gonna do? You just trap the water in there. It stays inside the bottle. It never gets back into the world.
And it can never be a
That's good.
cloud, which I think is all water's biggest goal. It's to become a cloud one day.
All water becomes clouds at some point.
Not if they're trapped in a water bottle, Fred.
Oh, yeah.
See?
That's why I'm telling you not
You're
to do
crushing the hopes and dreams of these nice young waters.
Water's not young. Water's
Speaking of waters, first on my I-9 Varsity of
Okay,
waters,
I was waiting. Okay.
I'm going to go with John.
John Waters.
John Waters,
From
the weird cult filmmaker
Yeah.
who's more known for his being weird.
idiosyncrasies. some
Yeah,
would say.
his tiny pencil thin mustache and
Yes.
wearing robes everywhere.
Yes, in the Breakfast Club.
Yes.
Pretty in pink.
Different person.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Really trying.
Different
Creative.
person.
Is that John Hughes?
That's John Hughes.
Yeah, it was close.
This is not the Varsity of Hugheses. This is the I-9 Varsity of Water.
Give me Waterfalls.
That's a good one.
Yeah, put Waterfalls on the list.
Mhm.
I am a big fan of the
The
spring,
song?
also the song. I'm a big
Yeah,
fan
sure,
of the
sure.
song.
Big fan.
Yeah, but I was primarily, we could turn Amory up in my head. I was also a big fan of the spring thaw. I'm a big fan of going to Yosemite and seeing a waterfall. So give me the
Okay.
waterfalls.
Just hike and go see them. Don't chase them.
Yeah, don't go chasing them.
We already got the playbook not to do that.
Correct. Hey, Marie, what do you got?
I'm gonna go with old fashioned because it's my favorite water and I think it tastes the best. Is Smart Water.
Oh, I thought you were going old fashioned.
I thought you,
Yeah.
you were going old fashioned.
Yeah, that's right.
No, nope. I just love Smart Water.
It's a Pepsi thing.
All water bottles taste different.
Are you eating the water
Yeah, I'm
bottles?
a little confused.
What are you doing, Amory?
You don't think
Just drink
water
the water.
tastes differently? You don't think different brands taste differently?
Okay, I'm going to agree with you, but I don't eat the
Thank you.
bottles. What are you doing?
Well, okay.
Do you
No, I'm
think
just saying I
water
like
doesn't have a
Smart Water.
taste? Do you think that water has the taste of the bottle?
No, I think water has the taste, but depending on the, I'm talking about my favorite brand and what I think tastes best.
Is this that same conversation like when I was a kid and they were like, hey, you don't taste gum, you just taste your saliva when it's around gum and you're just trying to weird me out? Is that what you're doing?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Griffin, what do you got?
I have Voss water.
Oh, okay. I'm not familiar with that. Is
I
that
just-
the glass bottle
yes,
one?
that's the glass bottle.
Okay, I do know
I
what
only
that
think
is.
of grown-ups whenever I talk about Voss water.
I must be a grown up. I'm familiar with it.
It tastes better out of glass.
What's it say about
I think so,
Coca-Cola?
Mm-hmm.
Coca-Cola is that way too.
Well, because not only is it in glass, it's made with real sugar. That's why the glass Cokes are better.
Voss water is made with sugar.
No,
If
Coke,
it was, I would drink it a lot.
cane sugar, not HFCS.
Got it.
Mm-hmm. Next on my I-9 Varsity of Waters,
Mm-hmm.
shout out to Snoop-a-Loop, old Snoop Dogg. I never would have heard about this without him.
Bong
So
water.
in his song, Lottie Dottie, got the Johnson's baby powder and Cool Water cologne. Next on my I-9 Varsity is Cool Water. It's a cologne I wore when I was a teenager because rappers rapped about it, and I was young and impressionable. Shout out to Cool Water cologne.
I'm going to go with
I
the.
think we just lost her.
Are you still with us, Amory? Looks like you are not.
I just heard it go out.
Yeah, same. You need me to get up or you got it?
Yeah, no. Nothing. Yeah, you might have to come over and do it.
So I think what might have happened is, so the power was shut off over there for those lights. And maybe that's hooked to the same breaker. Maybe. No, it's still on.
Yeah.
Okay, it says I'm still connected to Dreamstyle Wi-Fi, but we're not connected to the station. Hello.
Not this second.
Not this second because the Wi-Fi kicked us off, but we're about to be back. What do you think about my kitchen? It's nice, right? What's your favorite color of those plates? I can't decide. I like that light lime all the way to the right. Yeah, like a flat lime. Classic. Yeah, go with the cream. That's a really good one.
Don't just buy one color. You need the whole spectrum of plates. Yeah, the Fiesta is what works.
Yo. I know. We were so close. We almost did it. I think they're shutting down here. They might have flicked something.
It's a steamer.
3.5 minutes? Okay. Okay, bye. Well, everything's firewalled. So,
Literally everything.
yeah. I was able to look up Snoop Dogg lyrics. Yeah. It's not loading the next page either.
No, it's not working.
Back on it. Is my hotspot on there?
Yeah, my phone is too. I just need that now.
Yeah. It's off. Yeah. Okay. Well, okay. We're going to go from our hotspots to finish out the program.
Allegedly.
Just maybe.
Probably. We could just finish it and have it pot up CBS until the show starts.
I can't disappoint the friends of the show. We say we're on till 6:11. These dorks are going to be hanging out till 6:11.
They're going to be like, where are they? Why ain't they? Did you just get practice? I made the same face. It's a weird texture, weird everything, huh?
It's got a lot of sugar in it, though.
What is it? Right?
Oh, it's just hot. I think my mom
And you're out running in this?
Can't find you.
I have to do it for the thing. I can't.
It won't click when you hit blah, 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 blah. When you click on your link, apply won't pop up.
So I'm here on the adapter thing.
You want us to plug in? Can we plug in? We were plugged in. Oh, you were plugged in?
They're both not working.
Go to
Connected. Yeah. You're on site.
Definitely says it not.
Well, what's weird is that this is like the second of the Oh, that was gonna plug in. Well, I mean, we're going in and now they're trying to just do it on the hotspot.
It won't let me do that.
It says you're connected. Active network is slow pad.
Well, that's what that says. That's now. I mean, it's obviously not connected.
Yeah. Start it over.
There's not another port there.
This thing's been in and out because of things I sent in, jamming up for a while, then working good. 5 minutes later, it's been in and out and weird all day. Yeah, that's cool.
And then
Can we get the other machine? Can we see if the other machine will hook up?
no.
Start the whole thing.
Do you have your Google Pixel 6 on there?
Yes, I do. Hey, I don't know. Give us a couple more minutes. I guess just run another commercial.
One of those 15 by 15. It's 3 minutes. Right?
You want to do fill up some time. Do Amory's NFL hot takes all by yourself.
What's your password, man? What's Google Pixel 6 password?
Talk ABQ.
Capital?
Capital T. ALK. Capital ABQ. 1, 2, 3. All right, get right.
Right, like you're a top person fill the time.
Should be super easy.
This is your moment. Shine, girl, shine.
This is how Tom Brady started.
I think that's true.
I don't think that's true. It could be.
Good news.
Mine likes. All right.
Sorry for the technical difficulties right now. The boys of Two Men On are live at Dream Style Remodeling. They are helping the homeless today. The whole Cumulus cluster. It's been a wonderful day there. They've been
Then what? Say it.
They've been
say it out loud.
having people come by and donate waters or other goods to help the homeless. So, and I think the last time we checked, there's over 6,000 water bottles. So we're trying to get them back on before we join Josh, who's on here at the top of the 6 o'clock hour.
We here? Can you
But
hear us?
I was
We here?
going to,
Hello?
since the boys are not here,
We're
we're going
kinda
to
here.
start
Not even looking.
with my now favorite
I think
segment.
We are here. We are here. We are here.
Now, mandatory NFL headlines with A. Marie Castillo.
You guys here?
Yes, man.
Here?
Yep.
All right, ready? It'll be funny. You're hot.
Thank you.
So let me get this straight.
It's at,
We have one technical difficulty and it goes into the A. Marie football hour. Is that what happened?
yeah, it's weird. It's weird how that happens. It's weird how it happens, guys.
Hey, Marie, you got breaking news for us? Because I got breaking news.
You do?
I do. I got some breaking news.
Tell me some breaking news, and then I'll give you the headline.
I got your mandatory NFL over here. Aaron Rodgers restructures his insanely large contract to be palatable.
You took the words out of my mouth.
By the Jets. 2 years, $75 million for Aaron Rodgers, freeing up $30 million plus to spend on help for Aaron Rodgers. Who is this kind, democratic, heartfelt quarterback who broke our hearts in Green Bay? Now he's equitable and sweet, and he wants to help the whole world by taking a contract? What is this?
Direct quote by Aaron Rodgers. The team gave up significant pieces for it to be just a 1-year deal. So take the 2 years, $75 million. That is breaking news. And are we surprised? I thought he was only going to play 1 year. Are you guys surprised?
I'm super surprised. I think he wanted to wait until he knew where his son was going to play, and then he was going to play at least 1 year with his oldest son.
Okay, that makes more sense. Fred, are you surprised?
It's not true at all whatsoever.
It's not true at all. It's not true at all.
Somebody's picking up the bag on this. He got some sort of sponsorship deal that the Jets set up for him. He's telling you guys contract money doesn't matter. Total money is the only thing that matters.
You might have one nice, shiny DeAndre Hopkins if he'd have done this a week ago.
Yeah. Well, and we don't have much time in this segment due to technical difficulties, but Patriots quarterback Mac Jones is having a fresh start with Bill Belichick after last year's learning experiences. I don't believe that one bit. Raiders quarterback Jimmy G is trending in the right direction with training camp under the way. Panthers officially named number 1 pick Bryce Young starting quarterback already. No contest against Andy Dalton, veteran quarterback Andy Dalton. And wide receiver Stephon Diggs is on the same page with his coach and wants to retire in Buffalo.
When? This week?
Is this week an available one?
Yeah, like now? Is he going to Antonio Brown it week 1? Like, when is he going to retire? 5 years from now? 10 years from now? This week?
Game 1 Monday night in MetLife.
MetLife?
But supposedly he's back. We're back on track. Stephon Diggs is back on track and wants to retire in Buffalo. So no one fear.
He was never off track. That's a fabricated story from people like me and you, Marie. We're making this stuff up on the fly.
The real story is Nyheim Hines and how he thinks he's going to get a single dollar, but he's absolutely not. Because he's not supposed to be playing on jet skis and daring his buddies to try to jump over him. That's the real story with the Bills.
Yeah.
You remember Wave Race?
Yeah.
Yeah. That game was so fun.
What's Wave Race?
Oh my God, you never played Wave Race?
It would have made the University of Water if you didn't.
For sure.
Disconnect us.
Yeah.
Yeah, to talk about NFL headlines. You guys should try Liquid Death though. That was my I-9 varsity when you guys were kicked off the air.
So overrated.
Griffin, you're not allowed to be on the show anymore. Like, I'm not trying to be rude, but you're
So-
done. You're done for the rest of the day.
We're just trying to make it to get to Josh Sushan, who will be calling us from a landline, he told me. I was informed Josh Sushan will be calling from a landline.
It's just going to be the A. Marie Josh Sushan interview because
We're going to get kicked off again.
I'm a hunt. Like, we go on location a lot.
There's a pretty loud ringing in my ear now.
Yeah.
Like I might be half deaf.
We go on
But you know what? It was for a good cause today.
We
It was a great cause.
3-4 times a week. None of this weird stuff ever happens. One Steph Griffin producing.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden,
Oh, come on. Steph's a champ.
she took her headphones off. She can't hear you. Also,
Just sending you words of encouragement.
Van,
Griff.
over under a dozen cases of water Steph Griffin needs to donate today to make up for these transgressions.
Definitely more than one.
Definitely more than one.
Definitely more than one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
How about this? One per atrocious mistake. So that's like 100.
Oh my goodness. How many segments we have today?
Partial segments because of Steph Griffin?
At least, I think that's 9 cases. 2 hours and 15 minutes. It's 9 segments.
It's 9 cases?
9 cases of water.
Our boss, who we had on earlier
We're
today.
gonna have a very hydrated populace of street people, thanks to Griffin.
There's
today.
gonna be a lot
Thank
of
you.
lot of roadside peeing.
Uh-huh.
Could be a lot.
Wear your galoshes,
Yes.
Albuquerque.
before the show started, little inside baseball. We said, okay, we got it. Everyone take off. And our boss said, Griff, you hang out and produce. And Griff goes, oh, my.
You do have Josh Susan waiting for you on the phone.
Oh, how
hopefully you can make it
exciting.
after. If not, it'll just be me and Sush.
Are you talking about Josh Susan, an actual professional broadcaster, not us?
Yep.
Yeah.
Basically.
Who called from a landline, and he texted me. He's like, I don't want no echo or delay, so I'm calling you from a landline.
It's a pro. Yeah, one of us.
He told me today, I was over at the ballpark. They were doing some stuff, obviously. And they got guys coming back, this whole thing. And Josh says, I'm going to have a good week. I'm like, yeah, you are. Like, you're the best. Bro.
Manifest.
Let's go.
2 Men On, 95.9 FM and AM 610, the sports channel.
This report is brought to you.
All right. Are you guys good?
Like mentally or what?
At Malloy Jeep in Los Lunas, where you can get up to $3,000 cash back on a new 2023 Jeep Compass. When you think Jeep, think Malloy Jeep. MalloyCJDR.com. Not all buyers will qualify. See dealer for all details.
We have 2 new accidents to report. Westbound Central and Unser. AFR is en route. It's already starting to back up Central, especially westbound. Another accident at 4th and Cromwell. It's just north of Cesar Chavez. River crossings are running slower. Westbound I-40, San Mateo through the interchange is slow and gets even worse from the interchange through the river. It's really slow on westbound Paseo del Norte. The slowing starts at I-25, and it's slow all the way through the river. And southbound I-25 is slow from San Antonio through Montgomery.
This message brought to you by Sandia Golf Club.
Our state's best golf course, voted on by golfers, is Sandia Golf Club. Committed to providing the best experience and best conditions to golfers of all levels. There's nothing like it. Visit sandiagolf.com for the best available rates and to book your tee time today. We'll see you on the tee.
If you see an accident, call the Traffic Tracker hotline at 767-9167. Brought to you by American Home Furniture and Mattress. Shop in store or online at AmericanHome.com. They guarantee you'll pay less. I'm Jerry Wright from the 96.3 News Radio KKOB Traffic Center.
K240BL Albuquerque is 95.9 FM. AM.
All right, guys.
Media station. Even if they're not that proud of us.
I'm ready.
Animal, your afternoon drive. Number 2, Men On, Van Nunley and Fred Slow. And in the on-deck circle,
Amory Castillo. This is 2 Men On with Van Nunley and Fred Slow.
Oh, here's the energy I needed. 6 o'clock hour.
Like a little Guitar Hero?
Yeah. This song makes me miss my mullet.
Welcome back to the program. Actual professional Josh Susan joins us. Josh, how are you, brother?
I'm awesome. I mean, the Topes won. We had an exciting game, and got some cloud coverage now at the ballpark. I'm living my best life. How about you guys?
You had a lot of TV coverage today. There's like an isotope making a debut tonight. What's the big deal?
Brendan Rodgers, well, he was here yesterday. Got in late, wanted to get locked in on his job, and he still played. And then today he talked to the media for about, 5-6 minutes about a variety of subjects. You'll hear most of that audio on our pregame show. And, so he's here, and he's going to be here a while, because this is like the second week of spring training for him. He had shoulder surgery, so he needs a bunch of at-bats to get ready. So he's going to be here all week, and he might even be here first couple of games of next week also.
We had friends of the show, the Albuquerque Aardvarks, on the program yesterday talking about their tournament and all the things that they're doing in the community. And they went out to the lab yesterday in droves. I think almost the whole rugby club went to the lab last night, which begs the question, how many arrests were there at the lab? Was there a bunch?
That is not my beat. I gave up coverage of that beat, and even with the corporate downsizing. No, I'm pretty sure there was zero, or else I would have heard about something. But, whenever different sports watch other athletes from different sports, I always think there's like this fun, interesting kind of like kumbaya energy because like athletes respect athletes. And so whether it's like United and Isotopes players, or whether it's, rugby and baseball, like whatever the players are, there's like this just respect of knowing, okay, I know how hard it is to do my job, and so I'm sure it's really hard to do your job, and I can never do your job, vice versa. So I always think there's like an interesting dynamic there amongst athletes like that.
I've worked in collegiate sports for a long time. My favorite day of practice is the day that like the football team gets out early and then they go over to the softball field and the softball pitcher just strikes out 10 of them in a row.
Yeah.
Like I love that.
There was one time when I was doing Lady Lobos basketball, and there was a morning game at San Jose State, so it's usually like elementary school kids, and there was probably a couple of thousand elementary school kids who were at the game, but also it was right before spring semester began, and every sports team that was not women's basketball came out, and they're all wearing like, their shirts that said like football or swimming or baseball. So it was like all of the student athletes were all there at the women's basketball game, and they were just like there, like on their phones, just trying to be cool. They were into it. They were like chanting, and it was like one of the most fun atmospheres that I've ever experienced on the road for women's basketball for the Lobos. Just the way that the other student athletes like got involved and were cheering on their fellow student athletes. I thought it was a really neat day.
What do you think is the hardest sport to cross over to? Because like not everyone's a Bo Jackson. Like some people can only play tennis. Some people can only play volleyball. What do you think is the hard, like a defensive lineman trying to hit a slider? What do you think the hardest crossover is?
Well, I mean, a sport like football, if you don't have the physical skills, then you just can't play. But catching a football, the act of catching a football is actually not that difficult, right? It's a pretty big ball. You can smother it. I mean, depending on how hard it's thrown. I still think, I might be biased, but hitting a baseball, hitting a round object that's traveling anywhere between 72 and 102 miles an hour, and that's a huge gap, and you don't know what it is and how much it's moving, and you've got this wooden bat, and you're trying to – I think that's the hardest thing to do in team sports, not to diminish what other sports do, but I think that's the hardest act, I mean, we can all go to the gym and hit 3-pointers. Now, it's different when someone's, like, defending us, but hitting a pitch – how hard it is to hit a 70-mile-an-hour fastball, let alone a 95-mile-an-hour fastball or a 72-mile-an-hour curveball or changeup? I think it's the hardest thing.
Somebody's never landed a triple Lutz.
Yeah. That's the weird thing about sports, too. You're talking about like athletes going to other like athletic events. To me, baseball is the one for bachelor parties. Like you don't take your bachelor party to a football game or an NBA game or whatever. You do the entire 9 innings, and it's a beer an inning, and it's that whole life of fun and excitement. That doesn't exist at a swim meet.
Sure. Yeah.
But maybe it should. Maybe it's high time that we change our priorities as a culture.
Well, if it's high time you're not swimming, then the water's not safe.
Good point. We take a shot every time Steve gets an ace in pickleball.
Oh, golf is the one. That's the one with more than baseball for bachelor parties.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, golf's number one.
For bachelor parties.
For bachelor parties.
Oh, 100%.
But isn't it just like one tournament in Arizona where it's number one? Because you're supposed to be quiet at a golf tournament except for one. So what's the point of having a bachelor party? Now, it's different if you guys are playing golf, then yeah, okay, no, it's number one. But in terms of like watching a professional golf event, the whole point is to be quiet except at one tournament. So that's a terrible place for a bachelor party.
You can do that stuff. I don't know if the Isotopes do it, but you can do that to where, hey, I want to take my bachelor party out to Wrigley Field and hit dingers. You can buy that. That's a real experience. You can buy that. That's a real experience.
For the right amount of money, there's a lot of experiences that are out there.
Hey-o.
I don't need money.
I mean, you can race around a track, I mean, there's a whole bunch of different speed tracks around the country where you can, now they don't allow you to drive a lot of times.
3 minutes.
Or maybe you can drive to a certain mile per hour, but there's a whole bunch of different like events that you can do at speedways and all that kind of stuff.
I saw Wyndham Bernard race around some bases so fast yesterday. I believe he would do very good at what you're describing.
How about this? He went home to home in 14.8 seconds. And oh, by the way, he was slowing down to get to third and kind of stopped and then restarted. And he still got around the bases in 14.8 seconds.
That's freaking sweet.
That's really fast.
And then immediately Jimmy Herron was like, I guess it's my turn again.
Yeah. Yeah. We've hit 4 inside the park home runs now this year.
I mean,
That's a lot. That's tied to the team record.
We set the Grand Salami record last year. I guess we should set the new inside the park record this year. How many we got to hit?
Does that mean that Forrest and I need to spend the next 30 days of our lives trying to research some super obscure record that you would think is available if you just type it into Google, but it's not, because it would just take just hours and hours and hours of going to newspaper.com and other different almanacs in order to see if we can find this record? Is that what you're telling me is in my future, Mr. Van?
You guys don't do anything like from 7 in the morning until first pitch. You got all the time in the world.
Seriously, do you realize how much time we spent trying to research like what the minor league baseball record was for most Grand Slams in a season, and how frustrated you get when you go to like different almanacs and different style books and different record books and you just don't see the one thing that you're looking for? You see all these other things that you don't care about, but you don't see the one thing, and then you realize, yeah, I guess in the 1960s and definitely the 1940s, they definitely weren't keeping track of Grand Slams and making a big deal about them.
Well, first you just look for guys with 4 RBIs or more, and then you see, did they hit a home run? Like it's like this, like pretty easy math here. You different approach.
Stop. No, it's not that easy. That is. There is not some central database of every minor league game since 1900 where you can do that, my friend. There is for major leagues. There is not for minor leagues.
The Isotopes are sitting at 14-8 after the break. They are in tied possession of first place. I believe that's correct. Aside from not giving up 4 home runs,
we have a 4-way tie for first.
That's wild to me. That's so wild. Aside from not giving up a bunch of dingers like they did last night to Sacramento, the Isotopes are going to pull out a big win if what happens, Josh?
I think they got to keep throwing a bunch of strikes, you know. Last night, 3 walks in the first 3 innings, none in the next 6 innings. Yeah, you're going to give up some home runs. It's Albuquerque. It's okay. Them can't have guys on bases. The number of times yesterday that there was a walk and then there was a 2-run homer afterwards, that would be 5 times yesterday between the two teams, that there was a walk and then the next batter hit a home run. Pound the strike zone. Be aggressive. Trust your stuff.
Boom.
Josh Sushan, thank you so much, brother.
You're welcome. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow.
Have a call, my dude.
Griffin, it's okay.
We'll use this as a teachable moment.
She's literally trying to talk to a microphone that's not working right now.
20 seconds.
Hey, Marie, thank you for your help back at the studio. Van, final words?
Hey, make sure you check out the opening drive tomorrow, and thanks to all the friends of the show for your donations to help out the homeless population in Albuquerque.
Good job, everyone. GG.
See you tomorrow, Burke.